Ever catch yourself staring out the window of a bus like, I wonder what it takes to be the one behind the wheel?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, today's the day we find out. We're diving deep into the world of bus driving, specifically how to totally rock that interview.
We're about to break down RoleCatcher's career and interview guides. They've got the inside scoop, real deal questions, advice from the pros. It's all here.
This isn't just about, like, knowing the rules of the road.
Right.
We're talking passenger safety, handling any situation,
Oh, yeah.
and, okay, maybe even how to parallel park something the size of a small building.
It's more than just driving, that's for sure. You're a customer service pro. You're a safety advocate.
Oh, totally.
You're the calm in the chaos.
I love how RoleCatcher puts it in their career guide. They've got these alternative job titles like helping to control passenger behavior during emergency situations. Talk about a resume builder.
Haha, right. No 2 days are the same, that's for sure.
Definitely not your average 9 to 5.
Speaking of being prepared, though, let's get to those interview questions. That's where RoleCatcher really helps you out.
Let's do it. Okay, first up, the classic.
Huh?
Tell us about your experience driving buses. Sounds simple enough, but how do you knock it out of the park, even if you haven't actually, driven a bus professionally?
You gotta get creative. Think outside the box. Have you ever driven a delivery van?
Yeah, good point.
What about being a chauffeur? Heck, even driving those summer camp buses counts. The key is to highlight skills from any driving experience that you can apply to being a bus driver.
So instead of just being like, nope, never driven one, you could be all, well, I've mostly worked with delivery vans, but I've mastered things like navigating traffic, sticking to a crazy schedule, and keeping my customers happy, all things that'll help me be an awesome bus driver.
Now you're talking. You're showing them you get it, you know what the job really involves, and how your experience fits right in. Remember, it's about showing you can handle the whole package. Driving skills, safety, customer service, staying cool under pressure.
It's about showing them you're the whole package.
Exactly.
Okay, ready for the next one?
Hit me with it. All right, next up, passenger safety. So picture this. The interviewer's like, how do you make sure your passengers are safe while you're driving?
Yeah.
You can't just be like, I'll be careful.
Yeah, don't worry, I've got this. Not going to cut it.
Nope, not at all. You got to show them you get the weight of that responsibility. You're transporting people. Their lives are literally in your hands.
Right, big responsibility.
Huge. So go beyond the obvious. Think about mentioning those pre-trip inspections, making sure everything's in tip-top shape before you even start the engine.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
And of course, making sure everyone's seated before you move, sticking to those speed limits, especially in school zones.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And what about blind spots? I feel like that's a biggie.
Huge. That's like Spatial Awareness 101, right out of the RoleCatcher Career Guide. Being aware of pedestrians, cyclists, other vehicles.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta have eyes everywhere.
Yeah. You're like the conductor of safety, making sure everything runs smoothly.
Love it. You're conducting that orchestra of safety out there. Okay, let's get real for a sec. How do you deal with those, shall we say, difficult passengers? Because, let's face it, not everyone on that bus is going to be a ray of sunshine.
Oh, tell me about it. I've seen some stuff.
Exactly. It's public transportation. You're going to get a whole mix of people, and sometimes those personalities clash. The key is to show empathy, but also stay professional.
Right, so you acknowledge their frustration, but you're firm about those safety rules. Like, hey, I get that you're in a hurry, but we got to wait for a complete stop before you stand up. It's for everyone's safety.
Perfect example. You acknowledge their feelings, but you held that line. And sometimes, honestly, just listening to them vent can de-escalate the situation. Remember, you're a human first.
So true. But what about those times when it's beyond just a grumpy passenger, like things are escalating? RoleCatcher mentions conflict resolution, but what are some, concrete steps you'd take?
Knowing your company's protocol is key. You got to mention that you'd follow the procedures for contacting dispatch or even the authorities if you need to. And of course, emphasize that safety always comes first for you and the passengers.
Safety first. Okay, this next question threw me for a loop a little. How do you ensure the bus is clean and well-maintained? I'll be honest, never really thought about that as part of the bus driver's job.
It's all connected though, right? Think about it, like a clean bus, a well-maintained bus, it's a safer bus, it's a more pleasant ride, a slippery floor, a busted seatbelt. That's a recipe for disaster.
True.
And a clean environment just makes for a better experience for everyone.
Yeah, it shows you care.
Right. So when you answer this, emphasize that attention to detail. You'd report any maintenance issues immediately. You take the initiative to keep things tidy between those routes.
Like doing a quick sweep, making sure those trash cans aren't overflowing.
Exactly. Shows you go the extra mile for a safe and comfortable ride. Now, buckle up because this next scenario really puts those safety skills to the test. How do you handle emergency situations on the bus?
Okay, deep breaths, everyone. It's getting real. We're talking accidents, medical emergencies, intense stuff.
Definitely high pressure, but here's the thing. You're going to have specific training for this.
Yeah.
So when you answer, focus on staying calm, assessing the situation, and following those emergency protocols you learned.
Right, contact dispatch right away, keep those passengers safe, provide any first aid you can until help arrives.
You got it. It's about having a plan and keeping a cool head, even when things get chaotic.
Easier said than done, right?
For sure. But that's where training comes in. Okay, let's take a little detour from the interview questions and talk about something that can give you a serious edge. RoleCatcher's AI.
Oh yeah, this is the cool tech stuff, right? So we talked about those awesome guides they have, but how does the AI actually help me land the job? It's like having a secret weapon in your back pocket.
Right. It's pretty amazing. Think of it like this. You've got a virtual coach helping you create the perfect resume for bus driver jobs. Not just any old resume, but one that highlights exactly what those hiring managers want to see.
So it's tailored, like laser focused on the specific job.
You got it. And here's the picker. You can even practice your interview answers, and the AI will give you feedback. Like, hey, maybe try saying it this way. Almost like we're doing right now, but, virtually.
Wow. So you can walk into that interview feeling like a total rock star. Okay, before I get totally lost in the AI verse, we still got a few more questions to tackle. This next one's all about time management, which, let's be real, is a bus driver's superpower. How do you make sure you're always on time? Because, let's be honest, nobody likes a late bus.
Ain't that the truth? It's about respecting your passengers' time. When you answer this one, you really want to show off those organizational skills. Like you've already checked out the route, you know where the traffic hotspots are.
You've got a backup plan for everything.
Exactly. Like if there's construction, you know an alternate route. And don't forget about communication, letting those passengers know if there are any unexpected delays.
Keeps everyone in the loop, avoids those frustrated sighs.
Exactly. Okay, 2 more to go. This one's all about keeping things smooth sailing, literally. How do you make sure your passengers are comfy while you're driving?
Because it's more than just dodging potholes.
Way more. You're creating an experience.
Mm-hmm.
Think about keeping the temperature comfortable. Nobody wants to be freezing or sweating on a bus.
Oh, for sure.
And of course, a smooth ride is key, even when you're turning or braking. Those defensive driving skills from the career guide are going to come in handy.
Totally. And what about accessibility? Making sure everyone can get on and off the bus safely and comfortably.
Huge. You got to mention that you're mindful of passengers with disabilities, making sure they've got the space and help they need. Okay, last but not least, and this one's for all those brave souls who drive in, like all kinds of weather. How do you handle tough driving conditions? Rain, snow, fog, Mother Nature can be unpredictable.
You can throw some curveballs for sure.
Absolutely. So when you answer this, safety is priority number 1. You adjust your driving based on the conditions, slow down, keep a safe distance.
Yeah, be extra cautious when you can't see clearly.
Exactly. And if you've got experience driving in tough weather, don't be shy. Tell them about it. It shows you can handle anything.
And there you have it. We covered a ton today. Everything from pre-trip checks to handling emergencies.
And don't forget, RoleCatcher has your back. Use those amazing guides and the AI tools.
Yeah, that AI is a game changer.
Totally. You got this.
To all our listeners out there ready to hit the road and start this awesome career, we believe in you. And remember, RoleCatcher's got your back every step of the way. Drive safe out there.